press start on that camera?
When we first met in 2006 during one of his book tours, I had not yet interviewed a former president. I was nervous. Jimmy Carter, on the other hand...
It's also not the first time you've probably done this.
No, it's not the first time.
Over the course of nearly 2 decades and dozens of one-on-one interviews, Carter became more than just the subject of my news reports. He became a friend to me and my family, and even spent time with my children, including my eldest son, Lucas.
I want to shake hands with you. Your father's one of my best friends. You like him too? Is he a good father or not?
My desire to better understand the 39th president's life and legacy brought me to events and symposiums around the country organized by the Carter Center, his global nonprofit organization. I came to know a punctual man more interested in concrete results than the optics or politics surrounding them. A supremely humble and patient citizen of the world who made time for everyone who sought him out.
All right, everybody look this way. Good.
I also collected and read books, those he wrote and those written about him. And I often visited Plains, Georgia, to see him teach Sunday school.
Since we are given this free gift of God, we should be what? Joyful and happy and thankful, right?
And participated in events hosted in his hometown.
When I teach, Plains prospers.
Initially, I didn't know anyone in Plains except the former president and his wife, former First Lady Rosalind Carter. But I was welcomed like a neighbor by those close to him, and through the years, forged friendships that endure today.
Oh, dear King! You see what my family was like. Aren't you all amazed that I became president?
My friendship with Carter led to hosting panel discussions and participating in town hall meetings, personal dinners, fishing trips, and book signings across the country.
I saw the clip about releasing the sea turtles. That must have been exciting, right?
For our grandchildren,
Yeah.
our great-grandchildren.
But it was during our semi-regular exclusive interviews that covered everything from neglected tropical diseases to Mideast peace.
Leaving the White House seems to have been the best thing that could have happened to you, really.
I didn't think so at the time, but it's turned out to be.
That I came to understand what was important to Carter and why.
You bring a voice and awareness to people that otherwise wouldn't have a voice in the
That's
international
an important
community.
part of the Carter Center is to bring some publicity to the plight of people that may otherwise be ignored.
Some might think my friendship with Carter would prevent me from reporting on him objectively. However, I did not avoid difficult or controversial topics with him.
Their contention is that just by the fact that you visit with Hamas provides legitimacy to the way that they behave and they act.
You know, first of all, my visit didn't legitimize or delegitimize anybody.
Our friendship also didn't prevent me from covering Carter's difficult moments, such as his 2015 announcement he was dealing with life-threatening cancer.
President Carter, Kane Farabaugh with Voice of America.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, what has been the most difficult part about the news for you?
The liver surgery was fairly extensive. They removed about 1/10 of my liver, I understand.
President Carter survived his battle with cancer, but suffered further health setbacks. Despite falling and fracturing his hip in 2019, Carter did not cancel our interview ahead of his 95th birthday.
Hi, Gabe.
Good morning, President Carter. How are you?
I'm fine.
It's so good to see you.
You look snazzy this morning.
Well, not as good as you.
In 2011, President Carter's son Jeff wrote a book documenting the ancestry of his parents. While reading it, I discovered I had an even stronger connection to President Carter. We are related through my 11th great-grandparents, some of the early settlers of Rhode Island, and Jimmy Carter was my 9th cousin, 3 times removed. But beyond an ancestral connection, while he is remembered as a peanut farmer, submariner, governor, artist, fisherman, Nobel Peace Prize recipient, carpenter, global humanitarian, and
He's often referred to as the greatest ex-president.
Yeah, and I don't like that. He was a great president. People are finding it out.
Jimmy Carter will always be, to me, the greatest man I have ever met and will ever have the good fortune to call my friend.
Thanks for giving us so much time. And for
It's a pleasure.
It's always great to talk to you.
Pleasure to be with you, King. Thank
Okay.
you.
We always welcome the chance to talk to you, President
I
Carter.
always like to be with you. You have some very good questions, and I enjoy being with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us at the Voice of
It's
America.
always good to be with you.
It's always
Thank
good
you.
to be with you too, President Carter.
Kane Farabaugh, VOA News, Chicago, Illinois.